Guys, so it's out of the garage for the first time in a long time and it's looking spectacular. It really is. Don't know if you can hear me over the engine. It looks amazing. So I've got a PSM and an ABS failure, which is a right pain in the ass, which I did actually detect some time ago. I'm hoping that was just because the last time when I drove it just around the building here, that all the suspension was loose. So I'm hoping it'll clear. I've just tried my King Bolin EDAG diagnostics thing and it doesn't seem to work at the moment, so I've asked for them to help me with that. So hopefully I can clear it, or it'll clear itself. Let's see. Okay, so after a little bit of driving around my garage, those two lights didn't go out, so I guess I have to have them turned off, if indeed there is no problem. The last time I drove it, it came up with flashing red lights saying stop the car, go, or drive directly to a workshop. So that's gone now. So the immediate problem's gone, which I'm sure was just the loose suspension parts. But now the warning light is still there. So I don't know if you can get through the MOT on that. Probably not, actually. So I need to have that turned off. Bugger. And the handbrake doesn't work. Ha! Forgot about that. So I've got to do that now. Back up at the Porsche today. It's a Tuesday evening. There's a whole bunch of work going on outside because a tree fell down basically onto my garage yesterday. So the guys are taking that and about 3 or 4 other trees away. But I have an issue with the Porsche. I think I showed it to you the last time. When I drive, the steering wheel is hanging to the left and I get a PSM and ABS light on the dash, which I can't clear using my King Bolin EDAG reader, which is this little chap here. It's pretty cool, this. They sent me this to test and I couldn't get it to work first of all, but I realized when I tried it on the X5 that you really have to push it in there, and it's quite a cool thing. And I found the error code. It does read Porsches, which is cool, and I found the error code 4440, which is steering sensor. So what I think it is the car knows when it's going forward through the PSM system, as in straight forward, but recognizes the fact that the steering wheel's sort of pissed, and it doesn't like that, so it tells you. But unfortunately what that means is, because the hang is quite big, I won't be able to resolve that via the the alignment, or so they say. I have to get in there, take the wheels off and see if I can disconnect disconnect the steering column from the steering rack and line it up that way. And anybody who's ever done that on a 996 knows that it's a real pain in the ass because there's no room. But anyway, that's what I'm doing this evening, and I don't know, it's very difficult to tell whether these wheels are pointing straight or not. It actually looks to me like they are slightly pointing out, but on both sides. Although that looks a bit straighter, that one. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do my best and try and get it done, because the MOT is on Thursday. It's Tuesday today. I did have the alignment organised for tomorrow, but had to postpone it till the day after because I need to buy time to get this done. So wish me luck. Okay guys, so let me tell you how I've done this. So I did a whole bunch of markings inside the car and worked out how much the steering wheel was off by. It's a bit hit and miss, but that is how it looks. I won't really go into that because it takes too long to explain. But basically I got the front wheels pretty level. And I did that by taking a measurement off the rim and doing it to a set point here and measuring the distance from the body to that piece of metal, which I know is very straight. Got them straight and then basically clamped a piece of wood to the flat side, obviously, of the disc and then to my lift. So that wouldn't move. And then I set up something inside so the steering wheel wouldn't move once I got it straight, because I needed to know it was straight. So actually, having done the full service on this, I was dreading this because I thought there's no way this is going to come off the steering rack or the universal joint off the pinion. And it did really easily, so I'm very pleased about that indeed. I did have to take off the under tray, but that's a small price to pay. Now I'm hoping to put the wheels back on and get it down on the ground again and take it for a quick spin to see if I can clear that error code. So when I came back to the car the next day, and took it for a test drive and put it back up on the ramp, I realized there was some fluid which had collected on the underbody tray there. And I couldn't quite work out what it was, but I was pretty sure it was power steering fluid. So I presumed that there was some leak in my DIY power steering lines. And that's basically where I'm picking up the video now, trying to ascertain where the leak is coming from. Guys, so it's actually the next day. I didn't do much of an update last night because it got really late and I was knackered, so I just packed up and went home and completely forgot to update you. But anyway, I took the car for another test drive and I could not get any leakage from these pipes here, which is good, but worrying at the same time because I was convinced that that was power steering fluid on there, and on the basis that the reservoir was half empty at the back, I thought, well, it must be. And I'm still not convinced that it isn't. However, I can't find anything in here which is leaking. So it all looks fine. Even the link that I did in there is fine. But then a colleague of mine, who is a mechanic, not a Porsche mechanic, but a mechanic nonetheless, came up and discovered that there was some, look, on the underside of this tray, some liquid. And that's coolant, because it's orange and it tastes like coolant. And we sort of traced it back to here. And I don't know if you can see any in there, but there are some spots in there. And it seems to be coming from this little cap. Now, this is a really stupid thing because I believe these coolers are also from Bear, original manufacturer. And if I show you the one that I took off, which surprisingly is actually in quite good condition, like I'd say in really good condition. It's dirty, but it's fine, but you know, that's what I'm like. Anyway, if you look on the other side of this one, at the top here, because this is the left-hand side one, there is a overflow or a return line, but at the bottom, there isn't. And that's logical to me because it doesn't need one. So what they've done now is, I presume, is they've put the same connectors top and bottom, and they've just capped it with this rubber. And I just checked out this little Jubilee clip and it was loose as hell. So it's probably letting fluid past and dribbling down into here and then down onto the underbody tray. So I'm hoping that that's the problem, because I spoke to Porsche today and they can deliver the power steering lines, but they're 1,300 euros for both of them. And I was about to do it. He's all ready to go. Get them to me by tomorrow, which means I'd have to push the MOT and the alignment to next week, because that's all booked for tomorrow. And I'd do it over the weekend, just take everything out. It's a right pain in the arse, the job, but I know it off by heart how to do it. However, if this is the problem, and that wasn't power steering fluid on the back there, which you can still see the remnants of, look there. I'm not convinced it isn't, but it's definitely power steering fluid. That is a bit of a godsend, because I can keep the bookings tomorrow, do the MOT, do the whole thing, and happy days. So what we're going to do is I'm going to wait for my colleague to come back up. We're going to run the car up to temperature and then see if anything else leaks. Because as I said, after my test drive last night, I couldn't get a drop to come out anywhere. Okay guys, so we're just done. We had the engine running to check two things. Right, so first of all, I had to take off the bumper and I tightened these things up. So when you get delivered these things, you have to be aware that the Jubilee clips are completely loose, so you have to tighten those. It's a really silly design, but it's what it is, and you have to tighten them. So that stopped the coolant leak. So then we ran it up to temperature and we were trying the steering wheel left and right just to get some pressure on the power steering. And sure enough, my colleague, and it wasn't me, it was my colleague who found a leak on that fitting right there. And he tightened it up and said it was pretty loose, so no wonder. So what was happening is the fluid was somehow dripping down and all the way down here. I don't quite know how. Maybe that was a different leak. I'm not convinced. Anyway, I'm going to put it all back together and take it to the MOT tomorrow and hope, well, it won't pass because it's got the ABS. light on it. But I spoke to Porsche and they said, yeah, you could have broken the sensor within the steering column, because if you take the steering rack off the steering column, you just turn the steering wheel like an idiot, then it will, not could, it will break the sensor because it's not designed to go over 2 turns or something. So it's going to cost, he said it's 15 minutes work to read the thing, and 15 minutes work at Porsche is 70 euros. So I'm clearly in the wrong business. But I'm going to do that because if it doesn't go, then it needs to be turned off. And I need to find out whether I need another sensor. And the sensor, by the way, is 370 euros. Great. And it was fine before I started the restoration. Anyway, going to put it all back together, and I will probably catch up with you tomorrow at the Axvermessung at the geometry shop, and then at the MOT. See you later. Okay guys, so first longest drive so far. It was about half an hour's drive to Neuhage, which is where I'm having the Porsche done. So I took the X5 here about a year ago and they did a good job. They're not too keen on me being too involved in it, but I insisted, so I'm going to go in with them. And they're also going to drive it in there themselves, again, which I'm not particularly happy with, but they have a company policy. So I'll give you an update halfway through. So I couldn't do too much filming during the alignment, but they did a really good job. So straight after that, I took it to the TIF, or the MOT station, which is where we rejoin the action. Okay guys, so I'm waiting for the MOT, having just had the alignment done. The alignment went really well. It's really nice and straight. The PSM ABS light didn't go out, even when I tried to turn it off with my EDAG reader. So that's not happening. And I also found out that the alternator isn't charging the battery. So I literally just started it to come round to the MOT testing center, and it virtually didn't start. So I'm really worried now that it's, well, I can't turn it off because it won't start again, but then I won't make it home. So, oh God, the joys of project car life. I'll let you know how we get on in a minute. So I couldn't do too much filming during the MOT, but that is Herr Preller, a guy who I know quite well at the MOT shop, and he also MOT'd my Land Rover. And he's a great guy, really helpful. And what I did before taking the car to him was to take it to another tyre shop who was actually able to turn off that PSM light, which was purely down to the alignment. So the car passed with absolutely flying colours. So after that, it was a really beautiful sunny day. I went and picked up my daughter from a friend's house, so she had the first drive in the car, and then I took it home and parked it in the underground garage, which is the picture that you see now. So back up at the garage today, and I'm polishing the car. So I've taped up all of the vulnerable parts, all of the rubber seals. Oops, get my finger out of there. And yeah, going through all the panels. So I'm using let me show you, this is the Festool variable speed polishing machine, and I'm putting it on with 1 and polishing it off with 3 setting, and I'm using this polishing compound and a much finer one as well for when I polish it off. So that's what I'm doing today. Blood, sweat and tears, a lot of time in the garage, and also a lot of help from a lot of people, including my son there, who helped polish the whole car. It's done and it looks absolutely fantastic, and here it is in the sunshine, parked next to my Land Rover. Hi guys, back up at the garage and working on the 911. So I haven't been driving it for long, haven't been driving it much. However, what I noticed is a couple of things. So I've had recurring issues with the front, or the alignment in general, whereby I have it aligned and I go driving, and then the steering wheel at the end of the drive is hanging to the left. And it seems to be the strut tops or the struts at the front are slipping within the oval holes in the body. They're only 33 Newton meters, so you can't tighten them up too tightly, and that's clearly not enough torque to keep it tight. And it's generally to this side, which is very frustrating. So I'm going back tomorrow to the alignment shop, and it's the third time I've been there, which is really a pain in the ass. I've got squeaking brakes, which is usual, but the handbrake is an issue now, and it's starting to squeak when I drive, which is really annoying. So I've got that. And also, just as I was looking in the engine bay after a drive the other day, I saw coolant leaking out of that coolant pipe here. Just at the end of my finger, there's a plastic part here, and it's split there. So something that would have been really easy to swap out when I had the engine out, but now I've got to drain drain the coolant again and swap that out. So I have got the part, it's up here, genuine Porsche, 70 euros, and that is the number. So yeah, that's the job for today, and hopefully get it running again, because I haven't been using it over the last 3 weeks, which is ridiculous because it's summer and it's already back on the road. So I'm going to crack on with that now. Okay guys, so that was pretty fiddly getting that thing out of there. I've drained all the coolant out. I will save that because it's brand new. And just looking at these two pipes, comparing them, you can see the difference here. Here there is a spring clip, and you can take this pipe away from this one or remove it from there, but here there isn't. That joins, so that makes it easier, I guess. Okay guys, so job's all done. Took a couple of hours, it wasn't too bad. When I vacuum filled the coolant system, there was, well, the level was higher than when I took it out, so there might be a bit of an air leak in there, but hopefully not a big one. It's literally just maybe a centimetre, 5 mil above, or 5 mil above the maximum level. So what I'm going to do is open the valve. I'm going to put it on that hill down there and leave it running for a little bit. Hope to get some air out of the system if it's in there. But anyway, that's it for that job. The next thing I've got to do is take the car to alignment again tomorrow, see if I can sort that strut top issue out, and fix the squeaky brakes. And the last thing I've got to do is stick the Porsche signs on the calipers. I'll see you next time.